all these, they're all nurses from Kerala.
They're very warm.
They are experts, so they've made a name for themselves in this nursing profession. You know, like I remember we were abroad somewhere in Dubai or somewhere, and we had to take a friend to the hospital. And there Dilip came back in 2 minutes saying, "Oh, everything is arranged." I said, "How did you manage?" He said, "Oh, it's full of Keralites." You know, so some sections of our sort of women make themselves and go that way. Okay, my sister's a nurse, my mother's a nurse, my so and so, and more opportunities because they started going global. You go to America, you'll find Keralite nurses there, yes. Or beauticians. Indian beauticians, you go to any mall in the world, they'll be doing threading there.
That's right. As she said, you know, this is one profession in terms of education. Education may not just be in terms of degrees, but yes, those kind of courses are there. Now, Kamal.
As a father, again male domination. So he looks at the security of his daughter. So he says, "Sika, even if she's not going anywhere else, fine. You know, I want her to be protected. I want, because I see her as somebody who is not so powerful." So the traditional expectation of a girl child. So even if it is me, I'll comment about my own self. I'll look at my wife, my daughter, or my girlfriend, that she should be safe. However, I may try to control myself. It's okay, it's her individuality. Let her explore, let her go, let her be wherever she wants to be. But then that traditional expectation or of a gender, I have to stop it in myself. But not everybody can do that.
Correct.
So this protectionism inside the father or the mother as a parent, or even the brothers if they are elder, they'll say, "No, she's not going to go anywhere." So padhai karo, be here and do whatever you want to do here. No need to go or think of anything else.
What we call circular or seasonal migration. So it usually, if you see, our survey showed that the majority were involved in temporary and seasonal or circular migration. And this was true not only for the rural areas, but also for the urban areas. Because the nature of employment as of now is that there are less permanent jobs, there's more temporariness in occupations, there's more temporariness in jobs. So therefore, temporary migration is on the rise rather than permanent settlement-oriented migration, which is true for both men and women. But in rural areas, the nature of the migration is also, there is a certain kind of tying down. They are migrating for employment, but the major segments are what? Agriculture, brick kiln, work-related mobility of which does not bring about any kind of opportunity for social advance. They are permanently on the move and permanently bound down. Similarly, in urban areas, because of the temporary nature, increasing temporariness of employment structures, there is a pull back to the village. Many families, and because you see, incomes have to be sufficient not only for the worker to survive, has also to be should be adequate to feed the family and for the children to be educated and so on and so forth. But wages have not been rising, and because wages are not increasing, in fact their share in the general economy has been falling. So as a result, there's much more reliance on the village economy, even though there's no employment. Employment is declining there, but there is this relationship that has to be.
Thank you folks for joining us today in this discussion. What the point is that of course these changes are there, the numbers are increasing, but as Indrani said, we have to look at the larger picture. We have to see what are the changes that are taking place at that grassroots level, and that is where the policies, that is where the development, the people who are responsible for those policies have to really focus. Well, that's all we have for you in this discussion. Join me next week for another engaging discussion. Till then, this is Lotty, alaric saying goodbye and take very good care of yourselves.